Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, it's Monday, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of the Raw Event Center. And now here's the man that will bring you all the wrestling action from Monday Night Raw, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. Episode 2695, as we are 5 days away from Survivor Series War Games. That's right, and this is the final Monday Night Raw before War Games, ladies and gentlemen. Survivor Series War Games, and we're going to be talking about Oklahoma City, California. Jeepers, holy crap! My brain has been all day long, man. Sorry, folks. It has been a crazy day. It has been a crazy day. However, we got some big news from the rant and rave front. It is confirmed. After talk, we decided to talk. As you know, we have been without Michael Lombardi here for a few months, and he has requested to come back to talk about Survivor Series War Games. So he says he needs time to re-energize himself and get ready for WrestleMania season. And so he requested to come back for this Thursday to talk about War Games, Survivor Series War Games. And I've asked Brandon. He says, well, it's up to Jordan. We talked about it. Michael Lombardi will make his return to Rant and Rave this coming Thursday to talk about Survivor Series War Games. So it'll be this Thursday. So great timing too. You know, Thanksgiving and all be an excellent idea. As William will not be there to spend some time with his family on Thanksgiving. He needs that time. So let's talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw. The Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Oklahoma City. I was in Oklahoma City, California. So the Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Oh my God. Oklahoma City, California. What the heck is wrong with me? It's Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. What is happening here? Raw emanates from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Raw. I can't even talk. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with me, man? Man, I'm sorry, folks. Let me try this again. Alright, we got to talk about the final Raw before War Games, Survivor Series War Games. Roman Reigns, the OTC, kicks it off, addresses the Oklahoma City, Oklahoma crowd, says, acknowledge me. Then Cody Rhodes interrupts Roman Reigns. He goes, what do you want to talk about? And then he goes, and then it was, I understand you don't like me, I don't like you, and all that, but you know what? We're about family, and welcome to my team. And then when he said that, here comes CM Punk. And then CM Punk, the World Heavyweight Champion, and then and as CM Punk was his thoughts, he said, hey, listen, it's War Games, we're for war. You came in as a favor, but now we're for war. Are you on board? And then all of a sudden, Roman Reigns goes, well, after all said and done, I'm coming after the title. He goes, are you talking to me or are you talking to him? And he goes, you guys figure it out. Roman Reigns playing mind games, folks. Here we go. And then Paul Heyman was trying to reason with McIntyre, so you're suspended. If you step out there, you're going to be kicked out of the arena. I need you for this tag match. And then Logan Paul interrupts Paul Heyman, and he said, Brock Lesnar. Don't even say Brock Lesnar. You shouldn't say Brock Lesnar. In fact, you're going to be, is it Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker? No, it's going to be Logan Paul. Once again, his mouth is overloading his brain. He's teaming up with 4 of the meanest hombres in the WWE today: McIntyre, Lesnar, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. And you got, and I just can't, unbelievable. And all Logan Paul can do is stand behind the 4 of them and run his mouth for them much. I think he's the reason why he's teaming up with them, so he can start running his mouth. He can run his mouth a little bit more. Jesus, holy Christmas crow, man! Let me tell you. Anyways, so there's that. Then the last time tournament quarterfinal one, Carmelo Hayes versus Gunther. Heck of a matchup. Carmelo Hayes felt like was Ilya Dragunov. This reminds me of the Ilya Dragunov Walter matchup when Walter before changes his name to Gunther. So anyways, when he came up to the main roster, and Carmelo Hayes fought his butt off, and I told Brandon and William in the live reaction, no matter win or lose, people are going to be noticing Carmelo Hayes. Gunther picks up the victory over Carmelo Hayes, and then Punk, Rhodes, and Reigns were talking in the back, and then they were chatting, and the Usos go, "Hey, y'all ain't together. We're together. We're going to go out there and get the man advantage against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul." And then as the Usos left, Roman Reigns looks, and he looks at the two. Okay, whose team is it? Y'all figured it out. You talk about Punk, Rhodes, and Reigns. That's a combustible element right there. Dominic Mysterio addresses the Oklahoma City, Oklahoma crowd, and he also addressed John Cena, saying he vows to beat Cena at Survivor Series to get his Intercontinental title back. And then supposedly Cena's music interrupts him, and then they had a miniature version of John Cena and a miniature version of John Cena's newest friend, Stu the cameraman. Oh, you got to be kidding me with this. And then he starts talking smack to the little John Cena, or John Wiener, as a lot of people call him. And then the miniature John Cena, John Wiener, starts talking smack to Dominic. Dominic says, "Stick with the plan." He goes, "No, I'm not going with the plan." He gets his butt kicked. But then Rey Mysterio chased his own son off. And then Rey Mysterio went one-on-one with the winner of the Lord Farquaad Lookalike Contest, Mr. J.D. McDonough. Finn Balor got involved, but it ended up backfiring as Rey Mysterio ended up picking up the victory over the winner of the Lord Farquaad Lookalike Contest, J.D. McDonough. And then Raquel Rodriguez was talking to Adam Pearce, and then the New Day and Grayson Waller came in and started running their mouths, and then Adam Pearce finally tells them to shut up. He says, "Well, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are fighting champions, so next week they will defend the tag team titles against the New Day." And then all of a sudden, wait, what? And they say it again. So New Day, you can stop complaining you're getting your tag team title shot. You big babies. Man, I think Adam Pearce is trying to pacify you guys. And then afterwards, Becky Lynch, the other member of the Becky Lynch, Grayson Waller, and the New Day should form a team called the CWO, the Crybaby World Order, because all they do is complain and whine. If I got screwed out of a matchup or out of a title, you know what I would have done? Get a match with somebody else, take your anger out, and send a message. That's what I would do. Anyways, and then Becky Lynch addresses AJ Lee, and then, as you know, the Women's Advantage match at Survivor Series will happen this coming Friday night on SmackDown. And then as Becky Lynch addresses AJ Lee, here comes Rhea Ripley. Actually, Becky Lynch has her team ready to go. In fact, she was giving props to Asuka, giving props to Kyrie, and then giving props, And he puts around Nia. Nia's the only person to break my face, and then she endorsed Last Legend. As she runs her mouth, Rhea Ripley comes out, and then Io Sky, the lovely Io Sky, follows suit, and then the Twisted Queens, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss follow, and then AJ Lee. AJ Lee says, you know what, the old me would have taken you out, but I learned therapy. And you know how, am I right, Rhea? And then she hands on the microphone to Rhea. Rhea starts punching Nia Jackson. Everybody started brawling. And then the last time, quarterfinal part 2, Penta versus Solo Sikoa. This was really a heck of a matchup. But during a move outside the ring, it seems like Penta got hurt and was unable to medically to continue on the matchup. And Solo Sikoa is the winner. Now you got Solo Sikoa going one-on-one with Gunther. That's going to be a barn burner fight. And just realize we could potentially see either a Rusev Solo Sikoa final or Rusev versus Gunther final. If Rusev advances, because he's got Jey Uso in the semis. And in the quarterfinals. And also the quarterfinals, LA Knight will face an unknown opponent. I just realized we might have the potential to see a Gunther Rusev fight, which I want to see, or a Solo Sikoa Rusev fight. Either way, I would love to see that be a final in the matchup. And then Adam Pearce continues to talk to Maxine Dupree, so well, the hard work begins. He's going to call Natalia. And as she was about to, Ivy Nile confronts her, and she goes, that title is mine. And then Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, and you know what, I could take that title away from you. And then Hangman, and Adam Pearce interrupts things. So you can go now. And made a suggestion to call Natty. Then Stephanie McCare addresses Nikki Bella. He says, you don't understand who you're dealing with in the ring. And then the main event. The men's War Games Advantage matchup, the Usos versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. During the matchup, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed get involved. And then CM Punk and Cody Rhodes evens things up. And then Roman Reigns arrives. And then towards the end, Brock Lesnar or Paul Heyman arrive. But the winners of that matchup, by the way, Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre will have the man advantage. And after Brock Lesnar arrived, after he slipped and fell during his entrance, which was pretty hilarious, both teams face off and then brawl to end the show. So that is all the time that we have on this episode. You know, tomorrow we got High Rollers, also NXT. Gold Rush Week 2, as you know, TNA Knockouts title on the line. Keelan Jordan versus Jordan Grace and Lady Ying Lee. Meanwhile, the women's speed title on the line, Zarya versus Fallon Henley. That's going to be an interesting matchup, to say the least, as well. John Cena will name the men's and women's Iron Survivor finalists, Iron Survivor qualifiers. So check out and listen to the GOAT then. And that will be it for today's episode. I will see you guys later. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. And have a good night, everybody. And until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.